Apple TV feels slow, clunky, outdated. And right at that moment, Apple drops a bombshell that changes everything. Welcome to the most leaked, most hyped, most anticipated streaming box of the decade, the Apple TV 4K 2026. Hey everyone, if you've been waiting for the next big leap in home entertainment, buckle up. Today we're diving deep, really deep, into every credible leak, every insider whisper, every patent filing, and every logical prediction about what Apple is cooking for 2026. And trust me, if even half of this is true, your current setup is about to become yesterday's news. Let's start with the one thing everyone's buzzing about, the chip. Insiders are saying Apple is not bringing an A18 or even an A19. They're skipping straight to a completely custom variant. Let's call it the A19T or maybe even M4T for TV. Built on second-generation 2nm process. That's right. While your iPhone 17 might still be on 3nm, the 2026 Apple TV could already be running 2nm silicon. Why? Because Apple wants this box to handle 8K upscaling in real time, ray trace gaming at 120 frames per second, and full Apple Intelligence features without ever breaking a sweat. Speaking of gaming, this is where things get wild. Multiple supply chain reports from Asia say the 2026 model is finally getting a serious GPU upgrade. Think at least 40 to 50% more graphics power than the current M2. That means native 4K 120Hz AAA titles through Apple Arcade could actually look and feel next-gen. But here's the kicker most people are missing. Leaked code strings from tvOS 19 betas mention something called MetalFX Frame Generation 2.0. If that's what we think it is, we're talking NVIDIA DLSS level frame generation built right into tvOS. Your older games could suddenly run buttery smooth at higher resolutions. Are you starting to see why people are losing their minds over this? Now let's talk about the biggest rumor of all, the display engine. 3 separate leakers, all with solid track records, claim the 2026 Apple TV will support full HDMI 2.148 gigabits per second bandwidth, variable refresh rate up to 144 Hz, and listen closely, native 8K output at 60 Hz with dynamic HDR tone mapping per scene. Yep, 8K. Most of you don't even have an 8K TV yet, but Apple is future-proofing hard, and they're not stopping there. The same leaks point to a brand new color pipeline that finally brings Dolby Vision Filmmaker Mode plus precision HDR calibration tools directly in the settings, tools that right now only exist on $5,000 plus reference monitors. Imagine calibrating your living room TV from your iPhone with the same accuracy as a Hollywood colorist. That alone could make the 2026 model the best HDR streamer on planet Earth. Okay, but what about the design? Is it still that same boring black box? Here's where it gets interesting. 2 different factory photos leaked in December 2025 show a slightly taller chassis, about 15% taller, with what looks like a larger heat dissipation area on the bottom. Why taller? Because Apple is reportedly cramming in active cooling. Yes, a tiny whisper-quiet fan. The goal? Sustained performance during long gaming sessions and 8K video processing without thermal throttling. If true, this would be the first fan-cooled Apple TV since the original 2007 model. Crazy, right? Ports? HDMI 2.1 is confirmed in multiple leaks. Thread radio is getting bumped to the newer version for better smart home range. And, this is huge, some code references suggest a second USB-C port on the back, possibly for direct external SSD storage, so you can finally install massive game libraries without relying only on iCloud. Now the part everyone really wants to know, price. Current rumors are all over the place, but the most consistent number floating around premium supply chain circles is $179 for the 128GB model and $229 to $249 for the rumored 256GB or 512GB version with more RAM. That's actually not a huge jump from today's pricing, which makes people think Apple is going aggressive to crush Roku, Google TV, and especially Amazon's new Fire TV Cube. But wait, there's one more massive rumor that could change everything. Multiple sources, including a well-known Apple analyst, are claiming the 2026 Apple TV will be the first streaming device to ship with a built-in UWB chip for ultra-precise spatial audio handoff and device finding. Picture this, you walk into the room, your AirPods Pro 3 automatically connect, and the Apple TV instantly hands off whatever you are watching on your iPad with zero lag. Plus, it knows exactly